Are you thinking about retiring to Florida and you're checking out all the areas and you're wondering why are so many people retiring to Port St. Lucie, Florida? Stick around, you're not going to want to miss this video. My name is Megan Schoner. I'm a local real estate agent here in Port St. Lucie on the Treasure Coast, and I love helping people like you every single day find your treasure of a home here. So if you're looking in the next 9 days, 90 days, next year or two, please feel free to reach out to me. My cell phone and email are listed below. I would love to answer any questions that you have and help you find your treasure of a home here on the Treasure Coast. So in today's video, we are going to go over the top 5 reasons why retirees are moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida. So the first reason that people are moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida is our location. As you can see behind me, it is a beautiful 85-degree sunny day, blue skies, I've got palm trees and everything, and it is fantastic. So you just can't beat the location. A lot of times people, when they're looking to retire, are looking at maybe the Carolinas and Georgia, as well as other areas in Florida. The one thing I can say about this area, we are far enough in South Florida where the weather and the temperatures are really nice all year round, specifically in the winter time. So we may get about a week or two of kind of our cold snap, and that usually is around Christmas and New Year's, where might kind of get in the 50s or so. But for the most part, in the winters here, we're in the 70s and low 80s. So that is different than some other areas in Florida where it does get colder. So if that is important to you and you want to come down, you want to be able to enjoy the beaches and be outside in your tank tops and shorts and flip-flops, this area here in Port St. Lucie, we are far enough south that you're going to get that warm temperature. So with Port St. Lucie, we are not located directly on the ocean, but we are about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on where you live in Port St. Lucie, to the beach. So if being close to the beach is important to you, we do have that option as well too. So you've got the warm temperatures, you've got the beaches, and then also the location within Florida. So Port St. Lucie is located 2 hours between Orlando and Miami. So you have easy access, and we're about 3 hours over to Tampa. So you have easy access to a lot of major cities and major airports as well too. A lot of times people have friends and family in the area, and so they like being in Port St. Lucie because it's easy to get to a lot of different places here in Florida. And also with our location, the city of Port St. Lucie is close to about 250,000 people. So a lot of people, in terms of the location, like to be a big city, but it's a growing area and there's a lot of things to do. So that brings me to the second reason that so many retirees are moving to Port St. Lucie, and that is our lifestyle. So you're probably watching a lot of these different videos and looking at other areas and trying to figure out what makes Port St. Lucie different than some of the other areas. Really, I would say our lifestyle is different than some other areas. You might be looking specifically in, like, let's say the villages. So the villages are a great alternative if you're looking for the a great 55 and older community. But what's happening there is there's really not that much. Once you leave the villages, there's not really that much around the area. So people really like living in Port St. Lucie or having a second home and retiring here because the city offers so much. So you have the areas like in St. Lucie West, where you've got the Met Spring Training, you've got tons of shopping, dining. You're located in tradition. Cleveland Clinic has their main hospital out there, so you have easy access to that. There are all different types of shopping and restaurants and things to do in addition to the beaches. We also have a bunch of hiking trails, and there's all the waterways, so if you like boating and fishing, those are also big things in our area too. So really, in terms of having a lifestyle, it is a large enough city that there's things to do, but you're not in a major metropolitan area. So the lifestyle is really important. Obviously, with it being beautiful weather here, you can play pickleball, tennis, golf, year-round here, and really just gives you a lot of different options of things to do. And also, being on the East Coast, I don't know if you're a surfer, but you still can surf, out in the ocean and stuff too as well. So that makes it a little bit different than, on the Gulf side. The third reason that retirees are moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida, are the many different housing options that we have here. So we have a plethora of 55 and older communities. Those are mostly located in the Tradition and St. Lucie West areas, in the gated communities there. But we have all different price points. So if you're looking for brand new construction where you want to design everything and build it all the way up, you can do that. They also have quick move-in ready homes, so they've never been lived in, but everything's already done for you, and you can move in within 3 to 4 months. We also have resales, so that is a really good option, and those are in the 55 and older communities. Maybe people lived in them or they had it as an investment for a year or two. So those quick movement or the resales are available there as well. We also have things that are not in a gated community. So if you want to live just in a regular neighborhood, maybe you have your boat, motorcycles, RVs, stuff like that you want to have in your driveway. We have all different types of homes that are available in just a regular community as well too. So people really like having that option. Again, what I keep finding with my 55 and olders, you've already had a home, you've already renovated it, and maybe you don't want to have to deal with anything. So people like the option of having a new construction home or a home that's maybe less than 5 years old. You don't have to worry about the roofs and taking care of the homes and renovating. Everything's already done for you. So in Port St. Lucie, because of where we're located, we have a lot of growth, and there's still a lot of building in our area. So that makes it different than some of our counterpart cities further south, where they're basically already built out. So there's really not any new construction options available. We still have all the new construction available as well too. So we have new construction in 55 and older communities. We have new construction in all age communities. So definitely, I said, we have a lot of housing options there. The fourth reason that many retirees are moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida is affordability. Now, I say this with a grain of salt because everyone's going to be watching this video and you guys are all coming from different parts of the country. And so what is affordable to one person may not necessarily be affordable to someone else. But overall, in terms of South Florida, Port St. Lucie is still a very affordable option. A lot of times people will come in and they'll get great recommendations that, hey, they need to check out Boca Raton or Delray Beach further south of us. And the prices are almost double of what they are here in Port St. Lucie. So you can get a lot more for your money here. Our average sales price is about $415,000 here currently in Port St. Lucie in 2025. And what we are seeing is that is about 10% lower than the national average home price. So we are still affordable. There's a kind of a weird thing in South Florida. People will move further north. They don't necessarily move further south. A lot of times what we're seeing is people that maybe previously lived or vacationed down in Boca, Delray, Fort Lauderdale area are all now moving to our area because we still have the same builders and the prices are just a lot less. So the other thing too is when I meet with all you guys from YouTube and stuff and you're coming and visiting, people are really surprised at how much you can get in this area. There is obviously the new construction. There are a ton of resales. So we have a lot of inventory. We're about 2,000 single family homes on the market currently in Port St. Lucie. And so there's really different things in all price points. So if you want like maybe a smaller, villa, there's some beautiful homes that are like $275,000 to $300,000. You can go all the way up to, 1.5, 1.7 million. So we have all different types of housing available, and it is affordable. Even our golf communities, when you compare them to, let's say, Jupiter, West Palm, Palm Beach Gardens area, our golf communities are a lot less expensive and you get more for your money. So even though it's more expensive than it probably was 5-6 years ago, it is still a lot more affordable if you're looking for South Florida than the other cities further south of us. And then the last reason I think that people, that retirees are moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida, and this is I guess more of just a statewide, if you're looking to move to Florida versus another state, is again our no income tax. With that means that your Social Security benefits, pensions, and your other retirement incomes are not taxed. So that gives you a little bit more money in your pocket. And then also we have no estate or inheritance tax, so that allows you to keep more of your personal wealth. If you have any questions about Port St. Lucie, Florida, please hit the like and subscribe button so you can see my videos every single week on the area. My cell phone and email are listed below. I would love to answer any questions that you have and help you make your move so that you can be one of the next retirees moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida.